Screw the haters.
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
Alrighty, everyone, welcome to round number 19. I believe 19. I miscounted it on the thumbnail at 20. But welcome to 19 here tonight from New Hampshire Motor Speedway. The Southern Excitement Racing League heads up to New Hampshire for this race here tonight. Man, with so much fun. New Hampshire's such a tricky flat track. Multiple lanes you can use. And here tonight, the stars show up out of the Southern Excitement Racing League. And again, boys and girls, we're getting closer and closer to the playoffs. Atlanta 1 week ago. Now we come to New Hampshire here tonight to go racing here. And I tell you what, you take a look at where we're at after Atlanta, where Matt Crockett went to victory lane. Ronnie Osmere come home second 1 week ago. We are ready to have a great one here from New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Taking a look at the standings coming into the night. Bill Stringfellow still out front. Kyle and Matt Goodale right back there battling amongst themselves for the final spot in the playoffs. So we'll get ready to go racing here tonight with this one this evening. And then we will go, and keep in mind, to these drivers, playoffs are coming very, very shortly. You've got to keep that in mind. And who is it going to be that makes that final round into the playoffs? Well, you got to start stringing stuff together here tonight. Not too many races left before Daytona, and you don't want to go to Daytona wondering if you're going to be in the round of 16 here for the 2022 season of the Southern Excitement Racing League. Jamie Lee Dunning on track now. Everybody rolling out right now, getting ready to go here at the New Hampshire Motor Speedway. You see Dunning on track, Mark True as well, getting up and going. John A. Smith in the 48. There's last week's winner, Matt Crockett there in the number 10 machine. Right there on track in that beautiful number 10 here this evening, trying to go back-to-back here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Darion, how you doing? Hey, Matt. Hey, bud. How are you? Doing all right, man. Doing all right as we continue to qualify here tonight in New Hampshire. And who is it going to be to go to victory lane here tonight? That's the $1 million question. Victory lane tonight would be huge for a couple of folks. Joey Doucette right there as well in the 11. And again, each and every one of these drivers have to know that the playoffs are inbound, just weeks away now at this point. And that's the part that's kind of scary for these guys. You don't have a lot of chances left in the year to go to victory lane. Think about that. We're working on race 19 here tonight, and indeed it is 19. So I'll get that adjusted on the thumbnail. But I tell you what, working on race 19 here, not many more to go before you're locked in on who's going to go to the round of 16. And you take a look at the schedule coming up 1 week from tonight. Pocono round 20, and then just right down there, just a few races away, round 25 at Daytona. So you've got about 5 weeks to figure it out here over these next around 5 weeks, starting next week, 6 weeks, including the night, to figure out what you need to do to get yourself in the round of 16. And if you do not, well, all for naught. You got to gear up for 2023 and get ready for that. But right now, we take a look at that playoff bubble around 16th. It's Kyle at Cock there, Mr. Matt Goodale, David Durand on the outside looking in, Matthew on the outside looking in, Mark True on the outside looking in. Keep in mind, John McMillan Sr. or Jr., a win on the year outside looking in, but he'll jump forward. That's the only wild card car right now that would jump forward, and that would actually bump Kyle out to 17th if that were the case. So Kyle really in that war right there around that transfer spot coming into the night. A win for that 9 machine would mean a lot to get himself outside of that bubble right now, qualifying 13th. So all night long, we're going to take a look at this transfer, or this playoff bubble around 16th spot. Who could use a win to get in and who needs what? Well, I appreciate that, man. Thank you, sir. I really do appreciate that. So, Durand right there, top of the board. Gonna roll out of pit road in the 24 camp. That's David Durand. Ronnie Osmeer right now first on the board. Talking about gear changing here tonight, man. These sequential shifters this year has been a massive change for this car. And I think we'll see it yet again here tonight. Maybe shifting 2 to 3, maybe 4 times a lap, depending on where you're at and your pace. That's going to be huge. Justin Lumpkin out there in the 77 camp. You see Justin Lumpkin continuing to work his way around the racetrack here as we get ready to finish up qualifying here another 5 minutes, and we'll be ready to go racing. But it's David Durand in the 24. Could be a big night for him depending on how he runs. So, Joey Doucette right there on the front straightaway. Going to back out. Matthew there as well in that number 15 DQ machine. Ready to go. Ronnie done with his qualifying lap. Matthew Goodale right there in the 38. That's another one that could use a good run here tonight to get himself out from under this whole playoff battle. Dropped 2 spots 1 week ago. Now needing to make a little bit of a comeback here in that 38 machine here tonight at New Hampshire to get himself inside the final 16. And right now, on average here, we're getting about 19 to 20 cars a race, which is really good for this point of the season. But that does mean some guys that are here full time not going to make that final cut. The race for the championship later this year. Matthew Goodale going to clock in at 14th. Good run for Goodale. And, problem for Goodale. He's going to get sideways and drill that inside wall. And we will get him fired back up. Now, you take a look backwards. Let's step back for a moment at where we have been here. Take a look on the wins counter. You got Bill Stringfellow with 3. Justin Michael with 3. Ronnie Osmeer was 1. Jamie Lee Dunning with 1. Blake back there with 5 of those. Jeff D. Merck with 3 wins. But keep in mind, I don't think Merck's here again tonight. Merck not here tonight. We're a little odd with 3 wins as well. Then you got Matt Crockett there with 1 on the year. Way down here, John McMillan Jr. as well. So we've got a few different winners, but a lot of guys that have not won that could have the potential to go to victory lane. One of those being Jonathan Cogswell. He's been all over that, but does not went to victory lane as of yet. See at the end of pit road, Matthew there. Jamie Lee Dunning right there, Dakota Camper as well. Dakota Camper trying to hang in there. Get through this season. Doesn't have a win yet. Had plenty of opportunities go awry on him. Darian, I am doing good, sir. How about you? And we will take a moment before we finish qualifying off to say thank you to Admin Box, all of our partners that make all of this possible each and every week. Thank you to all you guys as well for everything you do to bring all the action to you each week alongside Nerds Doing Nerds Things podcast and many more that kind of lend a helping hand to make these shows happen each and every week. So, let's see who in the world is going to win this one here tonight. Hey, Charles, is that you in chat, by the way? Josh B, whatever. Is that you in chat, bud? we get ready to go here with Southern Excitement Racing League. And I think everybody's, for the most part, done with their qualifying effort, which means we can talk to people. So that's exactly what we're going to get ready to do here in a moment. Who we can yak with here in the good old boothy woothy. Where are they? Let's see. Ronnie. Where are you, Ronnie? Oh, Shine Runners. Hey, Ronnie, Matt in the booth. You got me, bud. Alrighty, dude. What's your plan here tonight? Getting ready to go racing here. Really tricky racetrack, bud.
I already got the one goal starting on pole. Now just drive away, never look back.
Well, once again, Jeff Merck not here tonight, so you're kind of representing the Shine Runners on your own, bud.
Yeah, I don't know where Justin is or any of my other teammates, but it'll be fine. It'll just be a lonely chat room for me tonight, but I'll be fine.
All right, man.
Having leads is very good company.
Exactly. Well, Ronnie, go get a W here for Shine Runners.
Thank you.
All righty, there we go. Ronnie Osmere there. Trying to get a win here for Shine Runners. The lone driver of the Shine Runners. Jack B. What's up, buddy? All righty. Let's get ready to get this done. As we get ready to fire off, let's take a look at your starting lineup here tonight at New Hampshire. Roll that beautiful bean footage. Here we go, starting from the Rick Custom starting grid. Here we go. It's going to be Ronnie Osmere on the inside. Jamie Lee Dunning going to start second. Row number 2, Dakota Camper alongside Chris Gonantz. Row number 3 here tonight is going to be Mr. Matthew and Mr. Justin Lumpkin. Row number 4. It's Jonathan Cogswell in the 27 with David Durand in the 24. Row number 5 tonight, Mark True alongside Matt Crockett. Row number 6 here tonight, Joey Doucette, John McMillan Sr. That'll be row 6. Row number 7, it's Patrick Kobe alongside Matthew Goodell. Row number 8, going to be Devin Coate alongside Jason Bridges in 16th. 17th, Colin Aycock there, and Mr. Andrew Rattel there as well in 18th. John A. Smith, John McMillan Jr. And then it's going to be James the C. Jones to round out your field. So there we go, 21 cars, 165 laps, 165 miles here tonight at New Hampshire. I want to thank everybody for coming out to tonight's race. Settle in, get ready to go. Round number 19 here tonight, ready to go racing. Field looks to be nice and clean down the back straightaway behind the iRacing pace car. It's going to be Ronnie Osmere, Jamie Lee Dunning on the front row with Dakota Camper looking for his first win of the year. Going to start from third with Chris Gonez right there as well. Here we go. 165 laps. Your race distance. Pace car off. Ronnie brings them down 2 by 2. The Southern Excitement Racing League Cup Series live from New Hampshire is green. We are live at New Hampshire here, underway. The 55 up front, Jamie Lee gonna go to second on the top. Top side, at least early on, proving to be pretty well here. Is that top lane gonna move ahead? Everybody else side by side behind them. There is Chris and Matthew side by side into 4. The 44 of Gonez is gonna slide up the racetrack looking for running room. Cogswell right there as well in 6th. Lumpkin 7th. There's Mark True alongside Joey Doucette right there in the mix. Matt Crockett, the number 10, trying to run the top. We got problems already back straight away. Jamie Lee Dunning involved, and it's going to be multiple more. Caution will wave here. Jamie Lee Dunning amongst those involved off of turn 2. Oh no. Contact there between Dakota Camper and Jamie Lee Dunning. Multiple cars coming along and getting involved. Collecting them up here on the back straightaway. The 73 involved. One more look at this as it was coming out of turn 2 where the problem arose, and there are going to be some conversations between that 54 and 3 camp, I have a feeling. He's like, dude, just got him a little bit there, got him sideways. Car overcorrects into the outside wall. And right here's the really tough part. He's going to get in the fence here. Heavy duty. It's going to break that axle, spin the car around. And here comes everybody with nowhere to go. Just collecting into it as well. Severe damage there for Jonathan Cogswell. Possibly, and many more. David Durand in the 24 going to get turned around in this. Parking lot down the back straightaway early. And that is a huge problem. You see, there's not many places for guys to go when the track gets that congested that quickly. So early on, big time problems. Everybody having to grab the brakes. Trying to get it woed up there. See it right there. Everybody just trying to get woed up. But Jamie Lee Dunning already going to be 2 laps down early on. Involved in an incident. Dakota Camper and Jamie Lee Dunning making contact. Triggering a massive incident. Anytime a car gets turned in front of the field like that, it's never a good thing. How can you join, Jack? You need iRacing first and foremost. They use the iRacing platform, and then it would be the Southern Excitement Racing League. If you just join an iRacing, you can get with me, and I'll kind of help you out a little bit and kind of point you in the right direction and everything. No lost days. Yeah, that was kind of a crazy way to start it. That's for sure. Parking lot down there. Ronnie up front in the 55. Lights off on the pace car. Keep in mind, Jamie Lee Dunning, 3 laps down already here tonight. Not going to be good for him. Dakota Camper, the other car involved in that incident, still out there in second. Does not appear to have too much damage on the right side of the 3, so he might be all right. 5 miles into this, and we've already had a heavy hitter in trouble early tonight at New Hampshire. Mark True also 1 lap down. Pace car is off. We're ready to go. 5 laps in to the Southern Excitement Racing League at New Hampshire, and we're back underway. Ronnie, great jump. Here comes Matt as well. And Mr. Dakota Camper in the mix also. 5 of 105 in the books. 2 by 2 by 2 the field goes. So, Jack, watch out, stacking them up like dominoes, and we got a battle between Dakota Camper. I'll get back to that in a moment. Side by side, the 15 alongside the 3. Dakota Camper right there, Matthew there as well. So Jack, you look at them side by side. Here we got problems. Problemo back in turn 1 and 2. Somebody going for a joyride, and that's the number 5 of Andrew. Gets turned around, but we stay green. And now the caution waves. Possible another yellow on the racetrack. So now we got this quick yellow. Jack, I can go back to your question. So iRacing is a subscription service. It is $15 monthly. They are doing first-time sign-ups. Okay. So if you've got first-time sign-ups, you'll get a discount on that. You would need to buy. You're going to start out with a street stock, and Lost, you can help me out here. It's street stock MX-5 and a Legends car, and one more, right, Lost? Is what you'll start out with, I think, if I'm not mistaken. $8 right now. So your first month, Jack's going to be $8 for first timers. Tell you what, Jack, buddy, I'm good, buddy. After the stream, I'll get you hooked up. We'll get you in here and we'll get you running. We'll have to find a wheel for you because you're going to need a wheel. And I got some leads on that. I've got an old driving force in here. I'll get you the driving force wheel and we'll get you hooked up. We'll do something. Get you going here. I even got a set of V2 pedals in there if you fix them, you got them. We are ready to go. Field back single file once again. Behind the iRacing pace car, and again, 9 of 65 in the books here. Jonathan Cogswell in the 4 right now. With Chris Gomez and Joey DeSette right there in the mix also. Do you need the link there? Let me send you the link. See here. I'll put the link in chat for you. I think I can do that. Maybe this will work for you. I think you can click on that and it should take you to the sign up page. Maybe. Let me know if I'm wrong. Alright, so we get ready to go. Hope you're selling iRacing under commercials or under caution. And they have more than NASCAR. They have super late models, Indy cars, and dirt stuff, dirt late models, dirt sprint cars, a little bit of everything. Yeah, whilst that's true, and if you wait till the Black Friday sale, you get a pretty good deal too if you do like a year on Black Friday or something. So right now, Ronnie Osmere out front here, the lone survivor at the moment for the Shine Runners team, out leading the way. 10 miles, 10 laps into this one at New Hampshire. Dakota Camper right there alongside. John McMillan Jr. 1 lap down. Jamie Lee Dunning back to a lap down now, trying to make his recovery in the 54 camp. He's going to need a couple of yellows to get himself back in the mix after the trouble in lap number 1, but lights are off on the pace car. We're ready to go. Second caution, second caution period of the evening wrapping up as we are ready to go racing once again at New Hampshire. Joey, Justin, Jason, Matthew Goodale, Patrick Kobe, Kyle, James C. Jones, right there as well. Mr. Jones man on the outside as they line up. But out front, Robbie will bring them to Greenwood's right on board with your race leader for the restart. On the bumper cam, here we go through the Geico restart box. Green flag is out. We're rolling once again at New Hampshire. Everybody back to turn 1. Good jump there for Ronnie. Jonathan Cogswell having bits of a problem. Into the corner here. 11 laps complete. We got a lot of movement in the pack. Everybody clean off of turn 2. Down the back straightaway. Camper, Cogswell, Joey DeSette right there as well. Cogswell going to use the outside line. Everybody trying to use the big Mo on the top side of the racetrack. Gomez right there as well. Look at Chris Gomez, Patrick Kobe right there in the mix. 2 by 2 by 2. Middle lane right now trying to find a run, and they do have it. Just on the top, they'll start moving the outside line ahead. We got a car out of shape back in the pack. Appears to be Jamie Lee Dunning. He'll gather the car up and stay green. Ronnie, Dakota Camper, your top 2 here. Matthew there as well. In the front field right now, Coat right here alongside the 48 of John A. Smith. Those two side by side for position. That's going to be a little deeper in the pack. 12th and 13th, respectfully. Now Kyle in the mix. David Durand. 14 laps completed, 165 here tonight. Oh, big mishap. Kyle goes up top. Missed the entry to the corner a bit. He'll go side by side. Deep in the field, clear, and we'll be all right for the moment. Ronnie out front, still leading the charge with Dakota Camper giving chase. Gomez by here in the middle of the battle as well. All here live at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. For side-by-side action, there's Kobe Bridges on board. The Cobster hanging on as well. Kobe going to go alongside. There's the 28. Patrick Kobe into 6th here. Good move into the top 6 at least. Joey Doucette still running in the top 5. But Ronnie, really good race car right now. 6/10 of a second lead over Camper. Last time by, Camper was a bit quicker. Lap traffic just in front. Think that's... Oh, we got a problem, and it's Jamie Lee Dunning and Mark True. Are you kidding me? Dunning involved in another one here tonight. Not tonight. Jamie Lee won, and they're going to keep rolling. We'll stay green. Jamie Lee's not going bad from worse on the back straightaway. Already here, Jamie Lee not having any luck at all in what he is seeing here tonight. It's just a really bad night for Jamie Lee Dunning right now. David Duran running in the pack here. There's Kyle underneath David, giving some room here off the corner. Nice and easy does it down the front straightaway. R1 Paints and Designs up in front of him as well. Trying to dive to the bottom. That's the 51. John McMillan Jr. here, 1 lap down. We got a problem. It's Joey Doucette in the 24. No, or in the 11, excuse me. Doucette around on the back straightaway. We stay green. Now the caution waves. Caution is out on the racetrack. 18 complete here tonight. Ronnie will bring them back to the yellow flag. Caution back out here. Yeah, lost. Guy can't buy a break at all. And Steve, how you doing, bud? Just got back from New Hampshire. Awesome. Have some sauce. Hope you had fun down there, buddy. Hope you had fun, had lots of good food and good times. As we're back under yellow once again here tonight. So back under the caution flag, we'll ride behind the 55 machine of Ronnie, Dakota, and Matthew, your top 3. Those 3 cars will ride in line here, 19 complete to 65. So let's see here if we can talk. Some of the guys up front here, 19 complete to 65 here. We'll wait and make sure nobody hits pit road. Cogswell right there in the R1 paint machine. See everybody here. There is Jonathan. Hey Jonathan, Matt up here in the booth. You got a copy?
How you doing, Matt?
I'm doing all right, buddy. We're still looking for the first win, man, in that number 27 machine. Right now in the top 4. How's it feeling here tonight at New Hampshire? Great run so far, I guess.
Well, so far so good. I'm staying up with the people up front, so that's always a good sign.
And then for that R1 Paints and Designs number 27 Ford Mustang seems to be pretty good. What do you think tire wear and stuff like that's going to be here tonight? Do you think you have to worry about tires at all?
Well, if you abuse them, you sure will. You don't want to get them hot, but if you keep them underneath you and keep them cool, it should be all right.
All right, Jonathan, man, we're going to let you go. Best of luck to you in that number 27 R1 Paints and Designs Ford Mustang.
Thank you. Maybe I'll see you at the end.
10-4, sir. All right, there we go. Jonathan Cogswell sitting right there in that 4th spot. for the R1 paints machine. Now it's not make mistakes night. Here we go. Ronnie out front right now, ready to bring them back to green. 21 miles complete here. Matthew, Jonathan Cogswell, Patrick Toby. Coming to green this time by. So here we go. It's 22 of 165. Ronnie out front leading. Ronnie leads, coming to green. Dakota Camper second. Coming to green. We're back underway. Justin Lumpkin, Jason Bridges, there's Jones, there's Chris. Devon there as well. Chris Gomez in the mix, too wide into the corner. That's the 24 DuPont machine on the bottom. Trying to make it work here. Double file back in the pack deep right now. That's David Duran trying to make the move. 38 to Matthew Goodell on the top side. Goodell giving him plenty of room here. This is deep in the pack. This is going to be for that 11th and 12th spot on the racetrack. Great racing deep in the field right now here at New Hampshire. Still relatively early on. Take a look here from the grandstand. You can see everybody spread out around. We got a problem. Multiple cars around out of turn number 4. Gomez and John A. Smith both around. The 5 going around as well. No caution as of yet. Let's take a look at it. The 48's front there. Car just got free. Wow. Both cars go around, and now the yellow flag waves. Caution back out. 25 on the board. Caution back out here. 25 complete. And we'll slow them back down one more time. Ronnie continues to lead with Dakota Camper right there in second. So as we get ready to go, 25 on the board with Ronnie out front. It's the way we set. 25 laps complete on 165. We'll go to commercial break. We'll be back in a moment.
From Mortar to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
Alrighty, boys and girls, friends and family, we're back and we're ready to go. Restart here at New Hampshire once again for the SERL Cup Series live here on Extreme Sim TV. Here we go. Ronnie brings them down. Back underway, 29 on the board here tonight. Ronnie down, Matthew there as well. Jonathan Conswell in the mix, also Jason Bridges right there along with James C. Jones, Matthew Goodale right there in the mix fighting group. So side by side deep in the pack once again. Here we go. The battle continues. Ronnie leads. Ronnie up by 5/10 of a second already. There's Lumpkin trying to get through the pack as well. Justin Lumpkin looking for running room. It's the Lump Man right there in that 77 with Jason Bridges there with James C. Jones, Devin Coate back here as well. We got problems. It's the Durand around hard in the outside wall. No caution as of yet, but I'm sure it's getting ready to fly. The 24 of David Duran gets turned around. Caution is out. The DuPont machine facing backwards. Well, New Hampshire being a rough night, he gets in the back of a car and actually triggers his own incident. Let's take a look at this again. Goes into the corner, gets into the back of the car in front of him, shoots him off to the left, down into the 8 of Devin Coate, and that was the 45 that got the big hit of James C. Jones, and nowhere for the 24 to go as the car comes back up the racetrack. Flat racetrack, so the car doesn't lose the momentum and just smacks right in the left rear. Unfortunately for the 38 of Goodale getting collected as well. They're having some troubles getting this one going here at the Magic Mile here tonight. Caution back out. So a little bit of problemos getting this one going here at New Hampshire tonight. Bunches of incidents. Scarface the Devil, what's up? And the caution back out on the racetrack. Man, this looks like a daggum DMO Derby out here tonight. We're going to back up, put fuel and tires in, get ready to go. Ronnie's led every lap here tonight. I tell you what, if this keeps happening, we're going to need security like Bowman Gray before this is over with. We're going to have some fights tonight, I have a feeling. Hey, the rule on the channel is if you're going to get a fight over a wreck, you got to do it on camera. It's Wilder. So 33 on the board. With Ronnie out front, Dakota Camper, Matthew, Jonathan Cogswell, Patrick Kobe, Justin Lumpkin, and Jason Bridges all in the top 7. $33 laps complete here tonight of the scheduled 165 for the channel here tonight in the Southern Excitement Racing League. Had a little bit of a rough go. Let's take a look at some of the guys up inside the top 10. With all the chaos here so far tonight, let's move forward. What about Lumpkin here running right now in the 6th spot, has moved forward. Good for Justin Lumpkin, man. Moving forward tonight, keeping that car in line, trying to figure out something. I know it's been a rough night, but I'm impressed with that driver of the 77, Justin Lumpkin. And 33 laps to go. Let's take a look exactly at Justin Lumpkin's night here in the 77. Started 6th. He's staying inside the top 6 right now. Really doing a great job. We'll look at some more. Look at Jones up here. Some names we got to look at here as contenders here tonight. What about James C. Jones? Started 21st on the board here tonight, up inside the top 10, 34 complete. Alrighty, boys and girls. Buckle back up, buckle back in. We're going to get ready to go back racing once again here from the Magic Mile. Ronnie has led every lap so far tonight. Camper has gave chase. Big names in trouble early include Jamie Lee Dunning. 15 laps down right now. Ready to go back to green. Here we go. Everybody back to speed. Ronnie out front. Dakota Camper there is second. Cogsey right there as well in the top four. Bridges and Jones right there as well as everybody gets back to speed. Lumpkin right there on the outside. Cogswell going to lose a spot. Just trying to get it in line off the turn number 2. That's the so important spot on this track. Get in line on the exit of the corners. I don't know about you guys, but on my end, from what I can tell, it's starting to get a little froggy around this racetrack. A little bit of fog settling in New Hampshire right now. Hopefully it don't get any worse, because we had one night get so foggy you couldn't see around the whole racetrack. That'd be a problem. Fog's starting to roll in a bit. Right now, Ronnie up front, continuing to lead. He don't care if it gets froggy to where you can't see it all. He's going to keep the power down. Keep that car rolling out front. Hey, if you're out front and it gets froggy, you ain't got nothing to worry about, right? There's nobody in front of you for you to run into. Take a look, 5 cautions for 19 laps over the first 37 of the evening so far. And you see the fog rolling in through the mountain ranges behind the racetrack. We'll see if it actually gets here or not. And for the deputies or the role play deputies I've got watching, y'all can keep your fog over there on Arkansas State RP. Just keep your fog to yourself. $37 on the board. Bowman Gray is your local track. You're like the most lucky person ever. Patrick Kobe right there as well. Jonathan Cogswell there as well. 38 on the board of 165. Lumpkin. Crockett there as well. Side by side, John McMillan Jr. Man, getting choked over here, but right now everything's starting to settle back out with Cogswell and Kobe there with Jason Bridges and Justin Lumpkin all right there in the mix. Joey Doucette, Matt Crockett, and John McMillan Jr. They're in the 51 as well. Andrew James C. Jones also on the mix. 39 complete of 165. Down the back straight away. John McMillan Jr. hanging on inside the top 10, back out front. 4/10 of a second gap between Ronnie Osmier and Dakota Camper. Your top 2. Mark David there on pit road. There's Mark True hanging on. And walking side Kyle. Rough night for Kyle right now. Running 18th on the chart at the moment, needing to move forward. Justin Lumpkin in the DQ 77 machine. 41 laps on the board of 65 here tonight from the New Hampshire Motor Speedway. If you're just joining us, little rough start here, but we've got it rolling finally. Ronnie has led every lap so far, with Dakota Camper giving chase. Right now, Ronnie, Dakota, your top 2, separated by 3, 4, 5 car lengths now. And coming to his back bumper, Matthew. Interest there, closing in. Putting some pressure on the back bumper of Camp trying to pull back away. Camper looking to go to victory lane for the first time this year. Ronnie looking for his second one on the year. Al back here under a little bit of a brake lock up, and that was the 73 that he about brake locked up and slid right into. And that's the problem. You start to turn into these flatter corners and get on the brakes too hard and try to turn the wheel all at the same time. Brake locks up and it's no bueno. It goes straight. It is not fun. Ronnie right there as we continue to fight through. And caution on the racetrack again here tonight. 44 on the board. And we got a yellow flag for somebody. And I believe it's for Mr. Coat. Let's take a look at the yellow flag. Devin is going to go for a loop and lock it down in the grass. And that will bring the yellow out at lap 44 here from New Hampshire. 44 complete. We'll go quickly to commercial break and we'll come back here in a moment. New Hampshire.
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
Alrighty, back here once again at New Hampshire. Pit stops wrapping up here tonight as we work lap 46 of 165. Everybody will take tires and fuel and get back out there and get back at it here this evening. And what has been a very fun race here tonight from New Hampshire. And we are ready to go back at it here in a moment. Again, drivers back out on track after fuel stops. And we'll continue to cycle through. A couple more are going to come down and get fuel and tires here as we work through this one. Again, 47 on the board as we prepare to go back green. Got the old ladies pop some popcorn back there watching this lovely race. You must be highly entertained as we get ready to go back green. Ronnie, Matt Crockett there as well. What there? Yep.
Right outside. I was looking at it while I was lit and then back up the little pedal thing. It's still attached. It can't go back in place.
Well, apparently we managed to have a solar light break, so that's great. We're going to go back green. Ronnie out front leading the charge here when we do go back green. In that number 55 machine, just an epic night for Ronnie, who has led every lap of this race so far. Somebody do something with Ronnie. That's going to be the question here tonight from New Hampshire. And if they can't, will it be a flag to flag for that driver? Who would it be to bring the charge? Who would be that person who can bring the heat? Here we go. Ronnie, John McMillan Jr., Matt Crockett right there, wide back up. 48 on the board here tonight. Here we go, coming to green, 48 at 164, 165, coming to green. Ronnie, great restart coming through. He'll get the green flag. Matt Crockett right there as well. Going to come back to speed. John McMillan Jr. Joey DeSette, Matthew Goodell, Chris Gomez there as well. Down the back straight away here. Down nice and straight we go. Look at Matt Crockett trying to close to the back bumper of Ronnie, but not going to happen right now. John McMillan Jr. going to look for second underneath of him. Crockett going to pull back ahead. Great job. Behind them, the battle continues. 3, 4, 5, 6 cars under a blanket right now. There's the 11 machine. Joey DeSette trying to hang on. 3 wide. There comes Dakota Camper back in the pack after pit stops. Remember, Camper has spent most of this race running second, giving chase to Ronnie, and right now, he's a few cars back from where he would like to be. Ronnie opens the gap already to a second. Here comes 3 wide. Dakota Camper to the bottom, looking for room. Into 1. Everybody hard on the brakes. Still 3 wide. Dakota gonna wrap around that yellow line at the bottom. Just not enough momentum on exit to make it happen. That's the hard part. You get down there side by side with him, but you can't clear him. He's going to look again. He is just trapped here in a sea of race cars. 3 wide above him. Be careful. 2 up the top of Dakota. Nearly contacting the right rear, but he's going to get clear. You've got to be so careful right now in this group of cars. Contact coming. You can see it a mile away. Dakota trying to pinch the car to the bottom. Every corner just wearing them tires out, trying to run the inside line. Coming up to for this spot here, desperately trying to get clear. Now we'll draw even with the 51 of John McMillan Jr. Took him a few laps. He's starting to get through the traffic. Back into 4th here. Andrew back here as well. Part of this bee's nest. A little bobble out of Justin Lumpkin. Hit a bee's nest, I swear. Everybody back single file with Ronnie out front. So right now, Matt Crockett to second. Dakota Camper back inside the top 3. John McMillan Jr. trying to move forward. Look at Jonathan Cogswell in the top 7 right now. Again, a week from tonight, we go to Pocono. That's going to be a fun one. But right now, the guys all trying to find position. Camper working back underneath of Matt Crockett. Definitely the second best car here tonight right now is Dakota Camper. The question is, does Dakota have enough under that hood and that tires and whatnot to get to Ronnie, who is chased 90% of the night? Going to be my question for New Hampshire tonight. Does anybody have empty things for Ronnie? And ow, I hit my funny bone on the rig. That's nice. You know, hitting your funny bone is not funny. 56 on the board. Here this evening, Dakota Camper to second. A woman is not aware of what's going on and she's looking at me weird. I hit my funny bone on the metal part of the rig. That's why I'm shaking my arm so crazy. So, 55 on the board with 165 here tonight. $56 complete. Ronnie right there, Jonathan Cogswell back here as well. Trying to hold serve the best he can. He'll work back to the bottom of Crockett moving forward. Joey DeSette back here in the pack a little slow. But gets it gathered up in the 11 Mountain Dew machine. Interesting to watch this 11 of Joey DeSette slide backwards. Well, maybe a little bit of suspension damage on that 11 the way it's running. He'll roll to the bottom here. All good, all clear. Everybody will stay green. And Joey's just in deep trouble right now. Falling like a rock. There's Patrick Kobe, Matthew there as well with Jonathan Cogswell. Joey all the way back to 19th now. That car has definitely got some damage. He's going to have to bring it to pit road, get it attended to. And he does. He'll move down pit road. Not good for him in the 11 machine is Joey Doucette. As we're back single file down the back straightaway, we're watching Andrew run here in the 6th spot. A little bit back off of Cogswell. True trying to move to the bottom as well to move a bit forward. So True going to move into 7th, Crockett to 8th. Lumpkin back to 9th here. And we're starting to see a little bit longer green flag runs now. Remember, we had a little rough start to this race. A lot of cautions at the beginning. But boys and girls, we have a battle for the lead. Dakota Camper has ran down Ronnie. For the first time tonight, can he lead a lap? He does not. Trying to clear Ronnie. Ronnie gonna hold him down there. Ronnie don't want to give up the lead right now to Dakota Camper. Camper looking for his first win of the year. Could it come tonight in New Hampshire? Ronnie trying to hold him at bay for the moment. Maybe you got out there, burned the equipment up a little too much. Dakota Camper back to the race lead in the Gathering Place Live at Church Machine. And it's Dakota Camper back out front here for the first time tonight. So Dakota Camper finally getting the race lead. Patrick Kobe gonna give chase. Here comes Patrick. Patrick looking at the back end of Camper. Camper's like, I just got this thing. I don't want to give it up yet. And Camper gonna go to the very 3rd groove, trying to make it work. He'll get a good run off the exit. A bobble out of Ronnie now from 3rd. Ronnie's car falling off a cliff right now, tire-wise. You've seen that car make that bobble on exit, indicative of at least rear tire wear. It's not been too long since we've been on pit road, but something's not agreeing with Ronnie at the moment. Meanwhile, up front, Patrick Kobe going to go to the top of Mr. Camper, and Kobe says, thank you, sir. New race leader at New Hampshire. Give it to Patrick Kobe. 2 lead changes just like that. Took about 60 laps to get a lead change. We have 2 right there in a span of just 3 laps. Man, oh man, great racing up front. Patrick Kobe now leads Dakota Camper. Ronnie sliding backwards right now. That car going away on that Ford Mustang driver. Something not right with that 55 right now. You'll have to get the pit road next time or next pit stop, try to get it worked on and figure out what is causing the major issue. That car is not handling it like it was earlier. He's not dropping like a rock like the set was, but he is definitely falling backwards, and he's going to come under fire from Jonathan Cogswell now. Such a dominant car over the first 60 laps. It's hard to believe the car would kind of fall away in this matter. But right now, it's just that. It's falling back a little bit. Now into the clutches of Cogswell. Kobe leads by about 5/10 of a second at the moment. What do you do now? What do you do now, sir? Well, you start looking at what's going on with the car. We got a little bit more cloud coverage, a little bit of more fogginess in the air as well. Maybe some track condition changes. As far as rubber, maybe changing the way this track feels on that 55. You got to think through all of that before you do anything. This is very important to just stay calm right now if you're Mr. Ronnie at the moment. Don't overreact. I think situations like this, as far as the team, is where it's good to have somebody like Merck in there to calm him down and get him to refocus. Unfortunately, Merck not here tonight. Not sure how much that will affect the psyche of Ronnie. Not having that teammate there to rely on and get you calmed down can be kind of tough. But right now, Kobe leads. Dakota Camper, though, wanting that lead back. He's closed it back into about a 10th. The 28 had about a 5/10 of a second lead there for a little bit. Now Camper putting the pressure back. Turning the burner back up on the stove on the back bumper of Kobe. Man, that burner on that stove is getting hot for that 28 machine. Here tonight, 68 on the board. I just don't think you need to do anything too crazy right now. That is the thing, the 28 there right in line. It's going to be so interesting. Everybody right to the bottom, 68 on the board here. Remember last year they came to New Hampshire? Such an interesting one. It was Ronnie Victory Lane in season 1 here at New Hampshire over Stringfellow. And again, Ronnie led 137 laps of this one last year. Looking for, and now tonight he led such a good amount early, but again kind of fell apart here for it. 2 lead changes on the evening so far tonight. Matthew there as well, Jonathan Cogswell, Ronnie back here. Car still not the same as it was. Man, it's so interesting to watch. Cogswell right there. You got to feel bad for Jamie Lee Dunning last season here in New Hampshire. Got the top 3 finish tonight. Nowhere near that right now. 54, 55 laps down in the 54 camp. Going to come on outside the top 20. Not the night he wanted here either. Patrick Kobe leading the way here this evening. Start looking through some of these drivers. Patrick Kobe was not with us here last year at New Hampshire. But right now, 71 on the board of 61-65. Everything has calmed down quite a bit at the moment. The great racing so far, 72 complete. Camper, Kobe, everybody right there together. Right now, 72 complete of 165 with Patrick Kobe out front. Let's do a little bit of crank it up here tonight at New Hampshire. Cogswell going to take over third before we go crank it up. Nice move for Cogswell. Back in the top 3 tonight at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. All right, folks, back here once again, 77 complete at 165 here tonight at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Lights back off on the pace car. We're ready to go for yet another restart here in this one. Thank you guys for being with us all evening long for the Southern Excitement Racing League. Dakota Camper, Patrick Kobe out there side by side on the restart. Here we go. Ronnie right there as well. We'll see if fresh tires and adjustment for Ronnie will help that machine back underway. 78 on the board, stumble on the restart, but we're good. Good restart for Kobe out front by a couple of car lengths. Ronnie Osmer back here's got to think himself through with Matthew, Mark True, and Justin Lumpkin right there as well. They continue to run right here, 78 on the board of 165 here at the New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Patrick Kobe leads. Jonathan Cogswell up to second here. Strong run for Cogswell. Here comes Ronnie. We're about to see if that car comes back alive. And right now it has. He'll come down the front straightaway once again. Or down the back, excuse me. So Ronnie's starting to move back forward. Are we surprised, anyone? I am not shocked that Ronnie has been able to move back forward here after that restart. Got some things worked on that car. These guys up in front in trouble now. Ronnie back to full force, starting to close in on Jonathan Cogswell. Andrew back here side by side in the battle as well. Andrew right there in the 5 with Justin Lumpkin bearing down in the 77, trying to close with Chris Gomez. Camper, Ronnie back a few more spots. Back to 5th here in the 55 camp. Made a mistake off of turn number 4 that time. Got to start thinking to yourself, what can we do to continue to move here? If you're Ronnie, car's so good. There's Mark True, Andrew there as well. Kyle, John A. Smith in the mix. A night that started with an incident early with some of our heavy hitters, including Jamie Lee Dunning. Put him behind the 8 ball. Now we're getting some laps in and we're seeing who has got what. And I'll tell you what, Kyle back here in a battle with the 10 of Matt Crockett. Crockett trying to hang on. Again, last week's winner inside the top 12 here tonight. Pretty good run for Crockett so far. So Crockett doing a good job. Holding serve. Crockett trying to hang on, 82 on the board. 82 of 165 here. But everybody continues to hang on around the top. So as they run right now, Patrick Kobe out front trying to pull away. We got a mistake out of Jason Bridges' car. Nearly had an incident there. Got it wrangled back in the 34 camp. That could have been huge. Coulda, woulda, shoulda with 83 on the board. So this battle continues out front, near the front of the pack right now, with Patrick Kobe and Jonathan Cogswell, your top 2, here tonight at New Hampshire, just 85 laps into this if you just joined us. Right now, Kobe proving to have a pretty good race car. And again, Ronnie's car fell off really quick. Something just not working later in this race with Ronnie. The car was so strong early on, but as that track condition changed, unfortunately, that handling just absolutely went away on Ronnie. And again, I want to say thank you to everybody that has joined here tonight, here for the SERL Cup Series. It's Patrick Kobe out front, ladies and gentlemen, with Dakota Camper, Matthew, and Ronnie Osmer right there in the top 5 as we continue to run through the laps right now. Working lap 86 on the board. And right there below you see David Durand bringing that number 24 DuPont machine out of pit road after trouble for that machine. 87 on the board here. Up front is Kobe, right over Jonathan Cogswell, your top two in this one here tonight. Dakota Camper having a really good run as well, trying to stay right with them as well. And right now, Dakota Camper off the back bumper. You're looking right now at Matthew just behind him, and then it's Ronnie right there inside the top four. Car's not bad, just not that dominant race car we had early. So interesting how that car kind of fell apart here over the last two runs to what he had early on. 88 on the board. And you've got to start thinking way ahead here with what you're seeing on track right now. If you're the three, if you're Jonathan Cogswell, if you're Patrick Kobe, think about what you need to do over these runs to the end here in a little bit. This is what makes this series so interesting. Look at where we're at in the season, right? Okay, this is what I want to look at. This is where we're at in the season, and look at the tracks as we got a battle side by side between the 15 and the 55 of Ronnie getting underneath. But you got to think to yourself, man, we are, coming up to places like Pocono, coming up on the schedule, the Indy road course here in a few weeks. A lot of big-time swing racetracks. Of course, Daytona to end the regular season out. That's going to be huge for these drivers. With 90 on the board, it's 165. Looking forward to Daytona. That's going to be wild. The end of the season. Ooh, camper problem off of two. Gathers it up. I don't think anybody anticipated this race going as green as it has after the start of the race. Maybe that's what's hurting Ronnie. He had all them restarts early. Didn't really have to worry about much. But unfortunately for him now, it's a different race. Mainly because of attrition. But man, it's still odd to see a car go away that hard. I mean, you don't typically see that on a driver, but here tonight, that's been the case. And unfortunately, right now, it's not getting any better. Now, if you look at this and you think about what you need over the long haul here at a place like New Hampshire with 92 on the board, you just got to sit there and think about what he needs for the remainder of this race. And that's really all you can do. You've got what you've got right now. But are you going to have that at the end of this thing? Right now, Patrick Kobe continuing to lead this thing. Kobe, wonderful run for Kobe tonight. Has taken advantage of this situation with these race cars. Really come to play as Patrick Kobe. Big deal for him tonight as well. Patrick Kobe out front leading the thing. 93 on the board here at New Hampshire. Kobe out front. Kobe coming in tonight. Think about this. 20th in points. Needing a win to get into the playoffs. And in a really good position to do so. You're Kobe. You've got to hang on. Now is your opportunity. You got to view it like there is no next week here. You've got a shot to get a win to lock you in the playoffs. That is huge. So with 96 on the board, Jonathan Cogswell, Ronnie, Dakota Camper right there as well. Now 97 and 165 complete here tonight with Patrick Kobe out front. Kobe leads. Ronnie second. Jonathan Cogswell, Dakota Camper right now with Matthew as well. $99 on the board with Kobe out front. Ronnie in second. Cogswell in third. Dakota Camper in fourth. Matthew in fifth. Sixth is True. Andrew seventh. Eighth is Lumpkin. Ninth is Chris. John right now in 10th as well. 99 on the board. $99 and 165 complete. Here tonight at New Hampshire. Kobe out front leading. Kobe, Ronnie, Jonathan right there as well. All in the mix. So right now, nose to tail, 100 to 165 complete. John Smith on the track having a problem. Caution is out. Lap 100, yellow back out on the racetrack. Boy, this is going to mix up some things. As you see the 48 going around. All that Lonesome brings the yellow out once again. The caution is out, 101 on the board. Caution out on the racetrack. Well, caution back out. Ronnie right there along with Jonathan Cogswell, yellow on the racetrack right now. The caution back out here, and we will be under yellow once again here tonight. Back under caution here, Mark True, Andrew, Justin Lumpkin. Everybody to pit road to get fuel and tires. $102 and 165 on the board. So right now, as we ride around under caution, we'll be ready to go back green here in a moment. All right, back underway here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Ronnie out front leads them to green. Great job bringing them to green once again. Ronnie out front leading into turn 1 and 2. Back to the front is the 55 machine. Will it fall off again? We've seen that over time this race. The car falling off, but he is back at it with Patrick Kobe in second. Everybody hanging on right now. 105 and 165 complete. Ronnie out front leading the way in this one. Ronnie Osmeer right now. Jonathan Cogswell along with Andrew, Mark True, Justin Lumpkin, Jason Bridges, Chris Gomez, and John McMillan Jr. But Ronnie Osmeer leading the way here tonight. That's the way everybody sets. And right at the moment, out front, Ronnie hanging on at the front of the field. So right now, 107, 108 on the board. Ronnie out front. Patrick Kobe is second. That's the way it's at right now. 108 laps complete with Ronnie out front leading the way. Patrick Kobe, Jonathan Cogswell, Dakota Camper right there as well. There's Andrew right there in the mix in fifth, with Matthew giving chase as well in the DQ Dairy Queen machine. We're going to have to get him to run a pup cup door one night. Right now, everybody hanging on right to the bottom. There goes Matthew in the 15. He'll look to the inside of the 73 of True. He'll pick up the spot as we got a car out of shape. That's McMillan Jr. out of shape down the back straightaway. It's 109 laps on the board with Ronnie leading over Patrick Kobe. So right now, 110 laps complete here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway, and it's Ronnie and Patrick Kobe doing battle at the front of this field. Jonathan Cogswell, Dakota Camper, Andrew there as well. Everybody holding third. At the moment, 111 and 165 complete. So at the moment, Ronnie out front leading Patrick Kobe in second. Everybody hanging on right now. Ronnie leads the way over Kobe at the moment with Cogswell in third. Dakota Camper in fourth. And everybody scrambling behind them right now. 112 to 165 complete. So right now we're 112 complete. And everybody else fighting their way through. Right now with 112 laps complete with Ronnie out front leading. Great racing across the board here for these gentlemen. Here tonight for the Southern Excitement Racing League. While now the Ronnie Osmeer machine, Patrick Cody in second. There's Jonathan Cogswell, Dakota Camper, Matthew trying to run them down. Justin Lumpkin right there in the mix. Great run for Lumpkin here tonight. In the 77, McMillan Jr. back here as well. fighting through just outside the top 10. 114 on the board. On board right now, the R1 Paints and Designs machine of John McMillan Jr., Chris Yones, James C. Jones right there as well. But right now, back up at his perch, it's Ronnie Osmere continuing to lead after getting the lead back. And I tell you what, Ronnie, again, for the second year in a row, having a great run here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Not 1 year, but 2 years now in a row. He's having a great run. He's going to do what he needs to do to stay out front and stay at it. Wonderful racing across the board here for these drivers at the front of the field. So 116 on the board. Ronnie, Patrick, all up front. We're going to do one more round to crank it up here tonight for you at New Hampshire. Alrighty, back at it. Everybody up front. Ronnie leads the way, continuing here at the New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Jonathan Cogswell third, Camper fourth, and fifth is Matthew Andrew. Mark True still in the top 10 as well as we work lap 122. This 165-mile event here tonight. Ronnie continuing to lead, and again just keeping that gap around that 1 second mark right now. That's the way everybody sets here. 1:24 on the board with Ronnie out front, looking underneath the 40-foot 8 Financial Machine. He'll jump underneath Patrick Kobe in second. So Patrick Kobe right there in second. Jonathan Cogswell there as well. Dakota Camper in the mix also. 125 laps on the board of this scheduled 165. Again, Ronnie out front leading over Patrick Kobe. Those two hanging tight. 125 on the board. Looks to be that Ronnie gonna try to pull away with this one for the second year in a row. Camper, great run for Camper here tonight, and so is Matthew, Andrew, and Mark True. All have had great runs here tonight so far, and holding tight at the moment. So right now, 125 laps being completed. You see Mark True having a problem there. He'll drop some spots back tonight. Man, rough night for him. But Ronnie out front leading the way. The 126 laps of the 165 being complete. Justin Lumpkin. John McMillan Jr. there as well. Crossing the stripe right now, there's John McMillan Jr. up to 127 on the board of 165. Right now, out front, Ronnie Osmere leads the way here, 128 this time by 165 here at New Hampshire. And right now, everybody holding serve at the moment knows that they'll up front with Mr. Ronnie, Patrick Kobe there as well, fighting through 128 complete here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Right now, Ronnie and Patrick Kobe, your top two, continuing to lead the way with Dakota Camper setting in third, Jonathan Cogswell, Matthew, and Andrew Rattel right there as well. What kind of moves can you make here late in the going? Here at New Hampshire with 129 laps on the board here tonight. England to close in on the end of this one. And so much fun right now. People continue to work through this. Coming up to 130 with Ronnie out front leading the way. Ronnie leads by a second and a half. And that's the way we set. 130 laps into this New Hampshire event. What can you do to get to the end of this one? And you see it right now with Ronnie pulling away. So right now, Ronnie, Patrick, Dakota, Cogswell up there as well, hanging tight. Andrew, Justin Lumpkin. Justin Lumpkin hanging on as well. But these guys continue to fight through. Oh, interesting right now. So what can you do here? Make your way through this 165 lap affair to the end. With Ronnie out front leading. Patrick Kobe there as well. That remains the same, 132, 165 in the books right now. Is everybody continuing to fight through as they can. As they fight through right now, 133 laps on the board. What move can you make next if you're some of the guys up front to try to get to Ronnie. You see the gap developing between cars right now. Andrew, John McMillan Jr., Andrew back here as well. Chris Gonez, there's Mark True, Matt Crockett there in the mix. Jason Bridges hanging on as well. Everybody doing what they can at the moment to hang tight and keep this car rolling at the moment. But as we run here tonight, 134 on the board, closing down to the end of this one. As we look across the board right now with Ronnie, Patrick, Andrew, John McMillan Jr., Jonathan Cogswell right here in the mix in the 27. What can he do over these final 30 laps to move forward? Because everybody's kind of slowed down, let's put it that way, for the moment. If you think these guys are not going to get up there and get on the wheel, you don't know these guys very well. Ronnie up front leading the way. As they work their way through, everybody looking at something. Ronnie out front pulling away with 137 laps complete here tonight. That is just the way it sits at the moment. So much fun to watch these guys do battle. It's 137 laps into this one as they continue to go at it here tonight. Up front, Ronnie continuing to lead with Patrick Kobe in second. Dakota Camper, John McMillan Jr., Andrew there as well. Justin Lumpkin, Chris Gonez there in the mix also. Really trying to do battle. Trying to move forward. So right now, we're looking at 140 laps on the board next time by. Ronnie leads. Doing everything he can to hold tight out front. Meanwhile, Patrick Kobe, 3 seconds behind him. A little bit of a battle coming with Dakota Camper. There's Dakota. Having a wonderful run, but stuck in third at the moment. What about Cogswell and McMillan Jr.? Right there as well. Austin Keeley Andrews, the best racer. Hi, Austin. How are you? But right now, we are closing in with Ronnie out front. You see, there is that 38 of Goodell lap down for him here tonight. And a big hitter like Jamie Lee Dunning went out early in the night and got behind the 8 ball, involved in that early incident. Justin Lumpkin there. Oh, Lumpkin having a problem. What happened to Justin Lumpkin? Oh, just got free off of turn number 2. We've seen that before tonight. Slides through the grass, comes to a stop. Ronnie out front leading the way here. 142 complete. This time by. 142 on the board. This time by at the moment. And at this time, who is it going to be? Pull this away here this evening. Coming to the final 20 to go with Patrick Kobe right there as well. Patrick Kobe, 143 on the board. Ronnie out front leading. Dakota now 4 seconds back. Dakota a little bit under with Kobe there. A little battle brewing inside that second spot. 2 seconds back to Matthew and John McMillan Jr. That's the way everybody sits right now. Great racing across the board. 43 of 165 in the books. Can anybody do anything with Ronnie at this point? Don't know. It's going to be awful tough. Coming to 20 laps to go. Here we go. 145 on the board. Ronnie out front, leading the way. Dakota Camper, Patrick Covey. Here tonight, coming to 20 to go. It's going to be 20 laps to go here tonight. And right now, Ronnie, Dakota, Patrick, John, Matthew, Cogswell, Chris Gomez there as well. "20 laps to go this time by. Wonderful racing right now. Dakota right alongside of Ronnie at the moment with 18 to go. So right now, leading this way, Ronnie up front by 5 seconds over the field. Think about that, a 5-second gap for Ronnie at the moment. Matthew, Jonathan there as well in the mix. "17 laps to go here tonight at New Hampshire. So with 17 to go, Ronnie out front, Dakota Camper alongside Patrick Covey, John McMillan Jr., Matthew, Jonathan Cogswell in the mix right there. 17 laps to go. Chris Gomez, John McMillan Sr., Andrew in the mix also, and caution on the racetrack. Caution is out, 16 to go. It'll be 16 to go, and it's the 31. Having a problem. John McMillan Sr. and the 9 machine going to come along and get bopped after the yellow flag flies. Let's take a look at it. McMillan Sr. just around the apron, loses the back of the car into the outside wall. Caution out. Ronnie out front. Leading the way with 15 to go. 15 laps to go here from New Hampshire. Everybody will come to pit road. Will anybody try some strategy to try to get ahead of that 55 machine on pit road here? Camper right there with you. It'll be 4 tire. Oh, he went over the line, had to back up a moment. It's going to hurt him. Dakota most likely will beat him off of pit road here. Up on the right, left for Dakota. Dakota going to roll off, and he'll beat that 55. A mistake on pit road for Ronnie Osmere. Going to give the lead to Dakota Camper on exit. A mistake there by a driver sliding through the box. Going to give the lead back to the 3 of Dakota Camper. That is a boo-boo. That is not what you need to happen at this portion of the race. Slid through the box, made a mistake. It's going to cost him the race lead as Camper leads. That's the way we say it. So as we get ready to go back to green with 13 laps remaining in this one, caution back out one more time here tonight. Get ready to get back racing once again, 13 to go. And we'll get ready to get it going. So, Camper, Osmere, John McMillan Jr. right there as well. We get ready to go back racing once again. It'll be 12 to go this time by. Laps to go 11 when we get the green flag. Can Camper hold off Ronnie? Can somebody else get up there and get it done? We're about to find out as we go for green in just a moment. This is going to be interesting. Coming to the green flag this time by. Coming to green, 11 laps to go. Let's see. It'll be Dakota Camper, Ronnie on the front row, coming to green. Lights are out on the pace car. Coming to green, 11 to go. Green flag is out. Dakota Camper, Ronnie, great restart. Dakota gonna pull ahead into the race lead, 11 to go. John McMillan Jr. right there on the inside of Patrick Kobe for third. Those two will do battle down the front straightaway. Down the back straightaway here, side by side. Ronnie cruising in on the back bumper. Dakota Camper, there'll be 10 to go this time by. Big run to the bottom for Patrick Kobe and some of the guys back here. Side by side, off of turn 3 down the front straightaway we go. At the stripe, Kobe's third. All right, Dakota Camper right now with the lead over Ronnie. Ronnie made the late race mistake on pit road that handed the lead off to the 3. Can the 3 hold on? He's got to think to himself, what does he need to do to keep Ronnie behind him for 10 miles for his first win of the season? Dakota off of turn 4. Down the front straightaway. 9 to go. Dakota thinking about it, what moves to make. Down the back, cars loose behind him. Now the front 2, 1 second ahead and pulling away. Blackman going to give them 8 to go at the stripes. It'll be 8 more here, here from New Hampshire. Dakota, smart play, right to the bottom. Dakota, right to the bottom. Ronnie there as well. Everybody else single file. Could it be a pit stop mistake that cost the 55 a win here tonight? 7 to go at New Hampshire for Dakota Camper. Dakota trying to stay in front of him. Down the front straightaway. Heart rate going up for Dakota Camper 4 times this year. Inside the top 5, has not got a win yet. But right now, with just 7 miles to go, Dakota Camper looks to put his name on the winner board. Coming to 6 to go. Ronnie just a couple of car lengths back. Ronnie already with 1 win this year. Would like to add to that total. But right now, Dakota Camper beating the odds. Remember, it was Ronnie 1 year ago at New Hampshire that led the majority of the race, went to victory lane. But here tonight, led a ton of laps. But now Dakota Camper trying to steal the spotlight late. You see him right now, pretty even, 5 to go. Now remember, we did see this car have trouble in traffic earlier. Did the 55, but it's proven again. With 5 to go, he's just not as good as he was out front. Up to the top of the racetrack now. Searching around, trying to get a run. Coming to 4 laps to go. He's got to come up with something soon. You see, just out in front of him, the gap growing to Dakota. Dakota holding serve. Ronnie, a little bit more of an arc there that time. 4/10 the gap. Third, John McMillan Jr. just behind him. 5 to go at New Hampshire, and we start the countdown now. 4. It seems like the more Ronnie arcs it, the more he's getting the run off and gaining on Dakota. If he tries to run the bottom and stays right around the bottom, not getting the run that Dakota's getting. Coming to 3 to go. You gotta search here. You're 0.3 of a second back up your Ronnie. 3 to go. He needs a 10th a lap right now. Last time he got it. Dakota comes up, covers that middle lane that time through 1 and 2. The drag race down the back. Great run for Ronnie that time. Keeps it within that 0.3 of a second mark. Coming to 2 to go at the stripe. Both cars through the middle of 3 and 4. Now down to a little less than 0.3 down the front. 2 to go. Ronnie gonna dive it off in there. Coming to about a lap and a half. Campers just got to make these corners count. Ronnie slipped on the exit of 2 that time. Not going to help him. Camper keeping him at bay. Into 3. Look how hard Ronnie came in that time. Camper a little conservative on entry. Ronnie closed the gap some. 1 to go. 0.2 of a second. 1 lap to go at New Hampshire. All right, let's see. What line do you take? Dakota goes to the bottom. Ronnie chooses to try to get the run off the top. He's going to be too far back, I'm afraid. 0.2 of a second to gap into 3. Dakota backs the entry up here. Ronnie slings it in, but not enough. As they come through the center of 3 and 4. Dakota Camper going to take advantage of a pit road mistake to get the win here in New Hampshire. Congratulations. First win of the year, Dakota Camper outdoing Ronnie at the very end. The Gathering Place Live number 3 will go to victory lane in New Hampshire. Congratulations to that 3. Holy cow. Congrats to that number 3 machine. Wow. Checkered flag is out for Dakota. He will come down here and celebrate his win here at the New Hampshire Motor Speedway, bringing her home across the start-finish line for the 3. So let's get ready to talk to the three who went to victory lane here. Congratulations. Recamp here tonight. Dakota Camper. Taking advantage here tonight. Dakota, Matt in the booth, you got a copy.
Yes, sir.
Well, man, oh, wow, buddy. Congratulations.
Thanks. That was an exciting finish. Holding off Ronnie, was able to get into my pit stall really good on that last pit stop, and beat him out of the pits, and luckily able to hold him off there at the end.
Oh, dude, it's got to feel good. He slid through the box just a little bit. You went to victory lane. It looked for a long time like Ronnie was going to be able to two-peat here at New Hampshire.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping it was going to stay green there at the end. I really didn't think I had much on the short run, but a lot of people was shifting from 5th to 4th or just staying in 4th the whole lap. And I was staying in 5th the whole lap. Now, on the long run, I was beating most people on the long run, keeping my rear tires underneath me. But there on those last 10 laps, I never left 4th gear. I stayed in 4th and was driving it in as deep as I could and trying to get off as clean as I could. And, man, it feels good. It's my first Cup Series win. Got a Truck Series championship, a Next Gen championship. But as far as the Cup Series, this is my first win.
Well, dude, you did a wonderful job, man. Held him at bay. And, man, Dakota, coming on strong at the end of the year, bud.
Yeah, absolutely. This I've struggled with this car the first half. I joined some other leagues trying to just get more laps. I've been practicing a lot to just try and get more experience with this car. It's very different than the last car. I'm finally getting the hang of it. We were 5th in points coming into this. At one point, I didn't think I was going to make the playoffs. But I just got to give a big shout out to the Gathering Place Church. Got them on the car tonight. If you're looking for a church online, we have on YouTube and Facebook, the Gathering Place Church in Abingdon, Virginia. Also, Unchained Motorcycle Ministry. Such a great group of people to work with. They do such great things in our region. We got a big event coming up on August the 17th, I believe. One day. But Coalition of Christian Bikers. So if you're out of motorcycle, come on down to Abingdon, Virginia at the 4-H Center. We'd love to have you. And appreciate you, man, and my teammates for helping me out. Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, Ford, man, congratulations, buddy. Victory lane for you the first time tonight.
Thank you.
Dakota Camper getting her done here tonight at New Hampshire. What a year this is going to be if this continues the way it goes now. Let's talk to P2 Ronnie right quick. Hey, Ronnie, buddy, Matt in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, I do.
Just a little bit of mistake on pit road there. Gave Dakota the advantage over you, man.
Pit road shouldn't have existed in the first place. It went for a hack in the 48 car.
There we go. Well, dude, at least you tried to give him a run for the money.
Yeah, I had plenty of long run speed. Was able to take care of my tires like nothing and drive away. And just the short run, just had no short run speed, and it cost me at the end.
Yes, sir. Well, man, don't be too hard on yourself. Dominated tonight mostly. Coming in P2, I know you won one more, but still overall a great night for you.
Yeah, it was a decent night. Got a lot of points since first and second, and points weren't here, so should hopefully move up closer to regular season title.
There we go, man. Well, again, congratulations, Ronnie, P2. Great car here tonight. I know you wanted to go to Victory Lane, but maybe next week at Pocono.
Hope so.
All right, man. We'll see you in the Pocono Mountains, buddy.
See you.
All right, Ronnie coming home second here. Let's see who we got now. After a P2 finish. Let's talk to John. Did I move into the wrong booth? I did. I'm a dummy. Oh, John's going to be mad. I'm going to be moving John around like a ping pong ball here. Hey, John, Matt in the booth. Got a copy?
I got you.
Well, buddy, P3 here tonight. Not too shabby.
Not too bad at all, no.
What was your thoughts overall about New Hampshire here this evening?
Yeah, it was a rough start, that's for sure. Lots of cautions, but once we got going under the green flags, I was definitely better on the long run, so I was happy for that.
Just not enough to get up there to Ronnie and Dakota.
I think if it would have stayed green, I would have got Dakota there for second. I was definitely wheeling him in, but if it stayed green, but then the caution come out, so I settled for third.
Man, you did a great job, and for our home third, nice smooth finish, right?
Yeah, it was a pretty good finish, yeah. Okay.
And 4, man. Well, again, congratulations. Nice job. Top 3 here tonight, bud.
Yeah, I'm very happy with it. Good for points. Kept the car clean too. Also 0 incidents, so that's good to hear.
And 4, buddy. Well, again, congratulations, my man.
Thank you. I'd just like to thank a few sponsors here. UFA, R1 Paints. This is where all these nice paint jobs come from all my teammates here. DQ as well. And I'd like to thank all my teammates. They helped out a lot during the race.
And 4, buddy. Again, DQ pup cups as well for all your pets.
Yes, sir.
I'm hoping my pit bull did not hear me say that. He's going to start looking at me like, are we going? Are we going?
Yeah, for sure.
All righty, man. Well, again, great run here tonight. Coming home third, and look forward to seeing you at Pocono.
Thank you. We will be there.
See you then, man.
See ya.
Alrighty, guys, another great one down in the book for the Southern Excitement Racing League Cup Series. Next week, we head off to Pocono, Pennsylvania for round number 20 here in a week's time. Until then, if I don't get choked here, congratulations to Dakota Camper, Ronnie John McMillan Jr. on the top 3 here, and everybody for a great race here in New Hampshire. We move along to Pocono for round 20 and one step closer to the playoffs. Don't forget to come join us next week live, 8:30 Eastern, for round 20 at Pocono. Until then, everyone stay safe, have a great night, and God bless.